Top of the morning, amazing people, positive vibes, productivity, self accountability, and all that amazing stuff. So today we wanted to talk briefly on the topic of today is: are you dealing with a unemotional, unavailable person? Unemotional availability in a person, and you going into that situation thinking or believing that you are the knight in shining armor, thinking that you are the knight in shining armor, and the foolery of that. Because when you're dealing with oftentimes an emotional, unavailable person, they set you up to believe that you're supposed to save the day. Let me emphasize, they will give you hundreds of stories of unsuccessful men, relationships, unsuccessful relationships within the family. They will set you up to believe that you supposed to come in and save the day, that you will supposed to come in and save the day like Clark Kent. You are not Superman. And let me explain something. When a person constantly gives you horror stories, first of all, it's a sign of a manipulative person. Because if you are the main ingredient in the gumbo and you're having these same outcomes time again in different scenarios, I think you play somewhat of a part in that. Be careful when a person sets you up to believe that you should come in and provide uh, un uh, un giving this person um, the freedom to, you're trying to prove, or you're making yourself vulnerable. I want to make sure that I word this right, that you're making yourself extremely vulnerable to try to reassure a person. That's the worst thing that you can ever do. That's the highest level of manipulation, because you have went on a bended knee to prove to this person that you are not what they are accustomed to. Yes, you did. And guess what? You will end up draining your life force. You will end up devaluing yourself. You will end up hurting yourself emotionally. You will end up maxing out everything for a person, listen to me, that's emotionally unavailable to you. The greatest manipulators are the biggest victims in conversations. They always disinclude their activities in the environment or those scenarios or situations. You have to listen to a person. You have to be truthful in processing information when someone is speaking. So, gentlemen, if you're dating a young lady that tell you that this guy treated her this way, this guy treated her this way, ladies and ladies also, if this guy is the same, he's never had a good situation. The reason why you're never had a good situation is because you're vibrating too low. It's not so much about your monetary things. You can be very successful and still vibrate very low. You can have self insecurities and you can be established and still vibrate extremely low. One thing doesn't have anything to do with the other. Understand that. Until you learn to value yourself and love yourself and appreciate yourself, you're going to attract the same spirit in different vessels. Ladies, you can't save him. Gentlemen, you can't save her. You need to save yourself and work on readjusting your mental, the way you see yourself. But going into a situation trying to save someone, You're cursing yourself for a life in days of hardship. I can attest to that. You just can't do it. No one is worth that. No one is worth adding unnecessary stress to you. So just a wake up call from a guy that's been dating for 30 years and trying to approach situations like that you have to prove your value to someone that doesn't appreciate it because they're not accountable to their own behaviors or actions. The only thing you're doing is hurting yourself, and you are letting that person drain your life force. This is a spiritual thing. This is a thing, this is a strictly a connection to energy, in better terms. People will drain your energy. Your energies are your resources, your time, and your conversations. Your resources, that's your finances. Your time is very valuable, and your conversations. Make sure that the people that you invest those things in are investing in you. No one-way relationships in this season, family. I guarantee you'll be much clearer if you just spend time amongst yourself. Because when you do that, no one is pulling your energy, your life force, your resources. And get in the habit of saying no to people. If a person can't call you in a good good vibration or good energy and just wanted to be upbeat, and they always calling you with the old woes me, these people have very low self-worth. And what they're trying to do is manipulate you in a conversation. Understand, people don't love you as much as you think they do. And once you understand and identify that, you will move totally strategic at that point. Love yourself, family. Be careful when a person comes to the table with nothing but horror stories because they're setting you up to abuse you as well. Peace.